Hey guys, so at the time of filming this video, Acer has not updated their website telling us that they have actually upgraded the Triton 300 with an RTX 2060. Now I was looking for a replacement for my desktop which I recently sold because I am moving overseas to Australia. Then lockdown happened, I couldn't travel out yet, so I needed to find a work machine that could replace my desktop. I wanted to get the MacBook Pro, but for the specs that I'm looking for, it will cost me around 12,000 ringgit, which is too expensive. And because the MacBook Pro's RAM and SSDs are soldered on, so I decided, why bother? So I went to check out my local stores, computer stores for a RTX 2060 laptop, and I found out that the Acer Predator Triton 300 was the cheapest one I could find with a RTX 2060. Acer has quietly updated the Triton 300 with an RTX with no public announcement of any sort. Acer's website has not been updated and still lists the model with this GTX 1650. This made me a little skeptical if this was a third-party made laptop with an Acer branding on it. Now the base price for this laptop starts around 4,000 ringgit, which varies between retail stores. I got this model for 5,200 ringgit. It comes with an i5 9300H, 32 gigs of RAM, which I upgraded from 8, 512 SSD, RTX 2060 and a 144Hz 15.6-inch IPS screen. For most content creators, a GTX 1660 would be more than sufficient, but because I game and I game heavy with Minecraft and ray tracing, so an RTX 2060 was the least I needed to have. I really wanted to get the i7 variant, but they sold out and this model was only released close to about 2 weeks ago. I mostly use it for video editing, so waiting an extra 5 minutes for video rendering isn't gonna kill me, right? What I really like about the Triton 300 is its potential for upgrade and great thermals. It has 2 nvme slots in addition to a hard drive slot, which means you could mount 3 SSDs into this machine. Despite its thin body, it has a really efficient cooling system with twin fans, so you can control the fans with the turbo button. Or you can set your own custom profile to control the speed of the fans through Predator Sense. Now in terms of I/O, there are a variety of ports such as 3 USB Type-A's, 1 USB-C, an Ethernet port, 1 HDMI and 1 mini display port. Now unfortunately it does not come with an SD card reader, but if you have one of these external card readers, it's not so much of a big deal. The position of the power input is in a weird, odd position over here. As long as it does not hinder my other ports, I don't have a problem with it. The body feels mostly plastic, which makes the hinge on the LCD panel fragile, so don't be too rough on this. And you can also open the laptop with one hand, and I find this really useful at times. The monitor comes with a 144Hz refresh rate, which is great for gamers. It is not the most color accurate screen, but if you are mostly making online videos like me, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're a colorist or working in production work that really requires color accuracy, getting an external monitor that is color accurate would be a good add-on for this setup. The keyboard isn't mechanical, but it is nice and tactile for a pleasant typing experience. I prefer a silent keyboard over a noisy mechanical keyboard so as to not wake my baby while I work through the night. There is a 720p webcam located at the top of the monitor. Now the webcam is nothing fantastic, but if you're using it to live stream games and use it for your occasional Zoom calls, it should suffice. If you find your webcam staring at you and it turns on at random times, it can get a little creepy, but it's most likely caused by the program called Wave NX. I don't know why, but once you've disabled it, it turns off. The audio quality on the Triton is not the best and can be a little soft when you're viewing videos on YouTube. But if you do use headphones anyway, like most gamers do, then it does not matter that much. Now the edges on the laptop can be a little sharp, So just make sure you don't scratch yourself while you're playing games. Now the battery life on this machine is short, okay? It is a gaming laptop, so if you are going to work in a cafe or library, always bring a power adapter with you. Could probably only play about 2 hours max on this if you're playing a heavy game title. As for gaming benchmarks and editing, I'll be running those in separate videos because there's just so much to cover about this one laptop. But if you are on a budget and you do want to try ray tracing for the first time and do a bit of content work on the side, this laptop delivers. And it also comes with very good upgradability, a good array of I/O, efficient thermal and cooling, which is very important for me because I've killed 2 MacBook Pros in my life, 144Hz screen, and of course RTX 2060. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? Ray tracing. What I don't like about it is the lack of an SD card slot, the odd power input, and poor battery life. But if you can always find workarounds around these weaknesses for 5,200 ringgit or less, if you get the 8GB variant of this machine, this is a solid machine. So I hope this video was helpful, and if it is, do let me know what else you would like me to create in the comment section, and let's talk. And help me to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.